Hey there, welcome everyone to a Friday night watch talk on the Bobby Legs YouTube channel, live for a weekend review of the releases that came out during this week. And so we'll go through some of those um, this evening, just to get everybody caught up to what has come out this week. And then yeah, and be all ready for the weekend coming up. Hey, I am excited. I'm excited about this weekend. Gonna have a lot of fun time, a lot of good plans here with the kids, and I hope you guys have that as well. Anyway, let's say hello to all of you guys in the chat, and we'll get started with the weekend review. Hey, underachieving watch collector, I really appreciate you here this evening. Hey, Junior Johnson, how you doing? Oh, hello from Michigan. Is it cold there? Yeah, it's been cold. It's been cold here. Probably not as cold as it's been in Michigan, but I think we're supposed to warm up a little bit. I think that's what that blue skull means. I don't know. Anyway, hey Peter, what's going on? How you doing? Good to see you. Stefan, what's up? How you doing? Hello, Bobby and all. All right, so quite a few releases this week of note. We saw this morning Zen coming out with their spring collection, and I put out a video this morning. And usually these news videos that I do, just to give you guys a little bit of a background, it's the first time. I mean, it's news. It's something that came out that day, that morning, and it's really my first reaction, right? So I've been able to digest a little bit of the Zen release and see what um, has, I guess what they see is special about some of the pieces that they got. I wasn't really crazy about the release, you know. Anyway, oh, Hobby Bobby's here. How you doing, buddy? What's going on? Good to see you. But let's jump at it um, and talk some releases here this evening. Okay, let's get this up. Nomos came out with a couple of variations to the Club Campus model. I love the Club Campus. One of my favorite lines of Nomos. It's the almost anti-Nomos design, right? That you typically see when you think of Nomos, or when I think of Nomos, I think of that Bauhaus German look to their design. But these are a little bit different. They're playful, and they're meant for the young person. Their first watch coming out of college or going into college. Club Campus, I guess that's the name implies. But hey, I'm a 51-year-old guy. I'll wear the Club Campus, no problem. Anyway, they came out with two different color variations, and one of them is called the Starlight, and the other one's the Night Sky. The Starlight, I take it here, is the yellow timepiece here, and the blue one is the night. I like them. I like them. I think they're fun. I think it's a great watch. I love the pairing with the straps. Looks like they come in a couple different sizes here for whether you have a smaller wrist or a big wrist. They're fun timepieces. Very very thin, and nothing to write home about here about the movement. It's their in-house quote unquote movement. Um, about 99 or 98% of the watch is made in Germany. So that's also a nice thing to know. I mean, I think this design is not necessarily totally theirs, but anyway, I haven't said that. I do prefer them with the exhibition case back because I think it's a pleasant thing to look at. The You can get it a solid case back, and that's great and all, and you'll save some money for sure, especially if you're buying this new. Yeah, see, I mean, it's very plain. It's very plain. I rather see the movement on this one. But look at it. It's a fun watch. It's a fun watch to wear. Um, my good friend Kevin used to always make fun of me about it, because it's like, quote unquote, the college watch, right? But yeah, so you're looking at 36 or 38 with an 8.5 millimeter case thickness. Again, it's that alpha movement, their in-house movement, 43-hour power reserve. coming in a gray or anthracite strap with nubuck effect. So is it not? So it's a vegan strap to make to look like a nubuck nubuck leather. So 1300 to 1400 with the solid case backs. You're probably looking at, okay. So they put the option. It's $200. So somewhere between 1500 and 1600 if you want the exhibition case back. I don't know. I like it. It's fun, right? Let's see here. Let's catch up with the chat. Oh, hey, James, how you doing? Wearing a non-vintage Seamaster 120. Very nice caliber. What's going on? One of the more disappointing was in really second. Yeah, agreed. We're gonna go a little bit in depth, Hoppy, on it. Hey, Ken Spear checking in from Pittsburgh. What's going on? Hope all is well. Um, hey, Caliber is here. What's going on, Caliber? Um, Hope I've seen it. Yeah, yeah. I've sent out a batch of giveaways yesterday, today. I will have yours and a few others going out next week. Sorry, Ken, but it will be going out. Peter C's wearing his Zin 104 today. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, that's the good one. That's the one with the red seconds hand, right? The one that you have. Um, Underachieving Watch Collector is wearing his 39 millimeter Explorer. Awesome. Yeah, a movement looks good. I like it. I like it too, Caliber. I like the movement on those, the way they look. Wearing his PRX Ken is. All right. Hey, Eric, what's going on? Good to see you. Junior's wearing his pajamas. Nice wearing 103 on the button. Yeah, I think those prices are pretty good for that watch, Caliber. I agree. I can't say anything wrong really about the Club Campus. You know, I like that timepiece a lot. Okay, let's move on to yeah, impressive Beauvais, the Virtuoso, 11 skeleton tourbillon, now in red gold. So it's now in red gold. I mean, man, Beauvais makes some really, really interesting and exquisite timepieces. Man, it's an interesting setup, right? Because of the way it's presented here with the strap. I mean, this is very Beauvais-esque, and these watches. I mean, I guess Beauvais. They're supposed to look like pocket watches, right? Or that's the base, right? That's what they um, start off with, and so you have the crown at the 12 o'clock there. But this is beautiful. I mean, these are like works of art, right? I don't know if I'd ever wear one on wrist. It's a little dainty, or yeah, kind of slightly feminine for my taste. Most Beauvais watches, I'm saying. I mean, not in this particular. I mean, this one, Tourbillon. I mean, it's astronomically priced. You gotta, and then you have the diamonds around here, right? Is this a woman's watch? I don't know. But anyway, just well, 44 millimeter gold watch. I doubt it's one. Okay. Uh, but just exquisitely done. I mean, look at that thing. Again, this is like a work of art, right? This is not something that I'm going to put on the wrist. This is something I'm going to put on a wall. No fewer than 287 components, an impressive 10-day power reserve on this one. Winding gear at the 12 o'clock. Look at that winding gear right there. I mean, that is so cool. So cool. This watch is gorgeous. The inaugural one was a white gold. Okay, and this is following up. Yeah, I mean, like this is the price set, right? If you want that diamond bezel, you're going to pay 365,000 Swiss francs. Without, it's just 307,000. Limited production to only 1 or 2 pieces per month. Okay, yeah, I mean, I would imagine so. The movement is the re-engineered Virtuoso 8 manufacturer movement, manual winding, skeletonized, and hand engraved. 10-hour power reserve. It's a slow beat per hour at 18,000. which you'll see some of these like, pocket watch style type watches have like a slower beat per hour there. Just a beautiful, beautiful timepiece. Um, does the buffet hack? It probably doesn't. It probably doesn't. That's funny. Um, Greetings to you, Evan. Good to see you, sir. Okay, let's move on to the Angelus Flying Tourbillon, another Tourbillon Titanium Blue Edition. Following the return of the chronodate as a modern watch, the same shape is now home to a complex, overworked movement. Yeah, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm not really impressed with the skeletonization over here. What's going on? Yeah, I mean, I like the chronos a little bit better, a little more. Um, the chronos that we saw in the last couple of years. This skeletonization doesn't really do much for me with Angelus. I mean, I do like mostly what comes out of this, and this one's okay. This one's okay. I mean, I'm not head over heels over it. 42 diameter, 11.45 case thickness. Um, I mean, yeah, I mean it's well. I mean it's well done. I mean, it's just not for me, not for me on this one. Let's take a look at some of the specs here. I mean, you're looking at 45,000 on a strap, 47 on a bracelet for a tourbillon. That's not terrible, right? Titanium. That's not a terrible price for a sporty like um tourbillon watch. 60-hour power reserve. You got the caliber A310 in-house Le Juperet, open work, hand wound movement. Um, blue PVD. The dial is a flange with blue PVD treatment applied to Arabic numerals, superluminova, carbon composite inner container. This is the case with titanium bezel, crown, and case, brushed and polished accents, sapphire crystal, AR coating. Limited to 25 pieces. I mean, if you like it, if you like this watch in tourbillon, I mean, I can't imagine, you know, it's not a bad price. It's just not, nothing it's not really impressive, but um I am looking to I am looking to buy an Angelus. Said no one ever. Looks nice. Oh, I don't know about that. I think some people in the chat may like it. Just Miss Nine is here, checking in late. How you doing? This is a miss hobby. I agree. Um, okay. Moving on up. Louis Vuitton Tambour, high-end yellow, gold, and onyx and platinum, rainbow. I mean, like I said, these watches remind me of that Leica release. The way it's a very, very round integrated bracelet kind of style look. And I'm sure that design by Leica is not with the camera company is not original, to them, but they've probably been influenced by other similar ones. I'm just think that's what my mind went to when I first saw the other release of the Louis Vuitton, whatever, the Tembor. But you have some different metals here being used. You got the gold and the platinum. Yeah, I mean, like, trying to get a little rainbow Daytona vibes here with the jewel set on the bezel. The temple, the yellow gold onyx is limited to 30 pieces, and it's 130,000. The platinum rainbow limited to 50 pieces. Let's see, what is it? What jewels are on that one? Then we're paying 48. It's sapphire. Okay, sapphire. Um, yeah. Mm. I mean, like, I think most watch collectors are not going to be. This is not what they are. First of all, they're not going to look at Louis Vuitton as a brand that they would maybe want to get into. And then, I mean, this is just like, somebody who has probably a lot of money to burn, is into fashion perhaps, and is not really that into watches, but wants something that look good with a name like Louis Vuitton. That's my guess. I could be wrong. I love the Chopard in the side of my head. Yeah, that's a nice Chopard, right? That's a nice Chopard. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else that popped up on the? Oh yeah, I mean we could take a look at these Hermes. New versions of the Hermes are are sur le de la lune and are sur le temps voyageur. Man, man, that was a rough one. I did not stick the landing on that. Um, Intuitive complications interpreted with characteristic Hermes poetry let you track the phase of the moon on both hemispheres at the time into different zones. I like these watches. I like the way they look. I do. I do. I mean, another fashion brand, Hermes, right? Um, having said what I said about the Louis Vuitton, following up with Hermes and toy backtracking everything I said about that, I would get one of these. I would. I love these watches. This disc moves around. I mean, if it's like the other ones, this disc here with the time on the world timer that moves around. I believe it moves around. Yeah, I think it goes to the country here. Yeah, I see the little red dot there. I believe that's what it does. I mean, these look really cool. Sorry, not sorry. I like them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Sign me up. Sign me up, Hermes. 37,000. Oh, Um, that's a whole lot of statistics there. You get the point. 37 for the Le Temps Voyageur and 251,000. What sold as a set of three? Okay. For L'Heure de la Lune. De la Lune. Didn't nail it. Nope. The name is too intimidating for me to wear. Here, late did Bob. I have not. I have not Symphony for the bezel. I'm getting up there. I'm warming up. I'm warming up. Warming up by mispronouncing French words. Yeah. Okay. Citizen Automatic first look. Didn't they just come? They came out with this recently. Um, the Sayosa. Sayosa, a great. This is a great watch. I've owned several. I've owned two different Sayosas. What was the first one? I think that was in green, and then the other one was that guilloche or stamped guilloche, like, which is a beautiful watch. I sold mine to Joey, and he liked it too, and then he sold it. It's like one of those things you just keep it. I mean, like these are fun timepieces. Like the only gripe I had with the Sayosa was that the crown where it is, and it's not usually a problem. Like I don't mind a 4 o'clock crown, but it's so tucked into the case, and it doesn't look like, I don't know. Did they change? See, yeah, this is more like it. This is more, so right here, it's tucked into the case here, and so you can't. You need to, like, with your nail, right? Like from behind, pull it out, right? You can't, like, you typically use like your two fingers to pull. You have to use the one nail, do it, and then kind of wind it with the back of your pointer finger here, your index finger. That was like the only way I could move, wind it, or change the time on it. And it's not the end of the world. I mean, like you get used to it. But that was like my only real nitpicky thing. And I mean, and I wasn't crazy about the Cyclops on the date. Um, and I think the version with the stamp, I'm pretty sure it didn't have that, didn't have the date. But these are still great fun watches if you want to spend a couple $100 and just get something that looks good and tells the time, and you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, this is the one I think, I'm pretty sure this is the one I had at one point. But I mean, this is a great color. I mean, that's a fun color. I like that color. I've been saying a lot of fun. I've been saying fun today a lot, haven't I? Um, just a fun watch. Um, 299. I mean, it's 299 bucks, $300, and you could probably get it for half that. Yeah, I mean, like, look, this is these are these are like, how, like I said, like the Nomos watch, the movement, nothing to write home about, very plain. Um, but I liked seeing it. I like on that particular model. I'd like to see the exhibition case back. This one, I don't. This one, we don't need to see this. We don't need to see this movement. And you can get it maybe a little bit thinner, that watch, right? It's um, it's 11.5, so it's not terribly thick, but you can lose like a close to a millimeter, right? If you went flat, and that would make it extremely even more pleasant to wear. Weak crown or not, I think it should have been very similar to begin with. Um, isn't Tiffany blue played out by now? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. It is. I still like it. It's just it's a citizen, right? But no, the Tiffany blue has been played out. I can't disagree with you on that one, Wayben. Okay. I think we're caught up. I don't really, not really interested in talking about the Yema. Um, okay, let's go right. Okay, let's go right into this. Okay. So I typically am excited to see what's going on here. Zin releases. The spring and the fall are usually fun releases to. It's just a good time. I mean, they've been doing some really cool things with limited edition chronographs, right? Like the 103 and whatnot. And they've looked good. Looks like the site is slowly getting there. Um, but not too crazy about these, right? And so let's just go row by row here. We have the Zin U15, the U16, and the U18. And again, like I said earlier, the video I did this morning, um, not announcing. I mean, they announced it, but reporting on the announcing. I didn't delve deep into what makes these watches special, just because like it was my first reaction. It was like first thing in the morning, and I just wanted to put it out there. And I feel like um, my getting my first reaction on video is way better than getting all the information in there. Eventually, all that information comes out, and you guys can take a look for yourselves and study it up. But it's usually my first reaction that I'm trying to convey. And I wasn't impressed, and I'm still not impressed. Even with whatever special. First of all, the new site, I'm not a big fan. I actually like the old site. The old site was a little antiquated feeling. They've gone super modern on this site, and I'm just not too crazy about it. I feel like I'm not getting the information when I want the information, or whatnot. So the U15, that's just me. I mean, I'm more of a I'm not a designer, so maybe I got this all wrong. But okay, so the U15. So there was a U15 submarine boat commissioned in '74, 200,000 nautical miles in 36 years. It looks like they've acquired some material from the submarine's outer hull, and we know the Zen is known for using submarine graded steel for their watches, right? So this is going along with the theme of that, and so they were able to acquire some of these metals from the hull, and using it to craft this as the heart of a unique limited edition diving watch, limited to 1,000 pieces. The watch case is made of high strength, seawater resistant steel, sourced by the U15 from the U15 submarine. Great. Okay. I mean, that's cool. Um, but where they just like really screwed this up was the freaking dial. like the bubbles going down, the submarine going down and the bubbles coming up, like, okay, like, so they've been making dive watches, not Zen, just like in general. They've been making dive watches for 50, 60, 70 years, right? I can't recall any dive watch having bubbles on the dial. I don't know. I don't know what Zen was thinking here. Like I don't think it's cool at all. I mean, and maybe that's me being a boomer and get off my lawn. Back in my day, dive watches only had flat colored dials, and Doxa had an orange dial, and we nearly had shit ourselves. I don't know. I don't know. This is just silly. This is just silly. It's silly. This is something I expect out of Spinnaker, and that's fine for Spinnaker. But this is something that I think of, like, maybe it's because they have the SpongeBob SquarePants watch. I don't know. 29.90 euro, 2,990 euro for this one. It's 41 case diameter, millimeter case diameter, 500-meter water resistant U15. I don't know. I mean, like, what do you guys think? Do you guys like it? Um, we'll get into that. I think Symphony. We'll get into that. Um, yeah, it doesn't do it for me. The U50 is still the Zen for me. Maybe in Frankfurt this year. Maybe I'll finally see a Zen. U50 is like one of my favorites. I had one. I miss it. I'll get it again. The bubbles on the dial portrays the reputation of a serious device. Spinnaker. The bubbles are gimmicky, but being an LE, they'll sell out. It's 1,000. I bet you don't. I mean, eventually they'll sell out. I don't know if they're going to sell out this. I don't know if this is going to go quick. Um, I don't think we need to go through the U16 and U18 because it was different boats. It's the same idea. They use submarine steel. The difference between the 15, other than that, the difference between the 15 and 16th and 18, the 16 and 18, I think, are both 44 millimeter, and the 18 has the sword hands. Maybe there's some other nuance differences that somebody, I just don't, I don't care. Uh, the dial is a hard no on me, and I think it really took away from, if you want to call it, the specialness of getting the steel from one of these submarines and using it in the watch somehow. Um, I mean, if you wanted to do the bubble thing, just do it in the back, an engraving. Keep the. I like the color, right? I like the color of the dial itself, but the bubble thing is just silly. It's just silly. Are they all 1,000 um, pieces released? Let's see here. Oh, the site. Yeah, 1,000 pieces on this one. This boat was commissioned, and they not as many nautical miles as the other one, though. Just in case if you guys are keeping stats at home. Let's go back. Oh man, site. I mean, it could be my internet connection, but I just don't like the site anyway. Um, as this loads up, let's check out this row here, and you got the T50 gold bronze B for 4,900. Looks like it's just a colorway difference here, I think, on this one. Otherwise, it's just um, the same gold bronze that we've seen before. I think, like I said, it may be a different color. Let's see what it says here. I'm sure The patented by us using a case, the crown and bezel timepiece limited to 300 pieces impresses with its exceptional purity and radiates modern elegance and timeless aesthetics when combined with a dark blue dial. I think that's what it is, dark blue dial. With these attributes, the watch exudes style in leisure, business, and special occasions alike. So I guess it's a fancy way of saying beach to board, boardroom, maybe. Um, I think it looks nice. Uh, it's close to 5 grand, but I think it looks nice. I like that strap on it. Okay, this is the 613s were like my favorite, right? And it's because I'm a big fan of that EZM 13, and it reminds me of that. And the difference being now you have a um, white subdial. Is this a luminous subdial? Um, let's see here. No, no. That would have been interesting if they could have done that, right? Um, I think this might be part of their permanent collection, right? They didn't say if anything if it was limited or not. Uh, but I like it. I like this watch. This watch I definitely like. Let's get a zoom in here. 2,800 euro. I think it's going to be over 3 grand easily in US on the watch buys. But I like it. I like this watch. I like the EZM 13. This is exactly it. Same looking watch, but just called the 613. Um, and then they have the UTC version, which I find okay. I guess maybe that's useful in a sense if you're thinking about traveling with a diver's chrono. These are I'm not a big fan of the diver chrono, and but the EZM 13 and now this 613 are one of the few exceptions, for sure. Okay, let's get here. Um, 1,000 for Zin isn't limited. Yeah, I agree with all the Bubbles comments. Spinnaker made a SpongeBob watch. I really like. Yeah, and that's great for Spinnaker. That's perfect for Spinnaker. Good for them, and they made a great little SpongeBob watch. Um, Zin shouldn't be doing those kind of things. I don't know. Cool dial color, but yeah, Bubbles may have missed the mark. Okay. Mother of Pearl. I mean, these are women's watches, and that's great. Women, we don't have many women viewers, so unless one pops up, I'm gonna skip it. Unless one pops up in the chat. Um, you have the Titan Diamond Zenner, made of titanium Damascus, limit to 100 pieces. These watches are so expensive. 9,900 euro. It's going to be over 10. These watches are so expensive. I had one of those Zenners in for review, and it's a nice watch. Um, I just don't get that price point. I mean, think of all the watches for 10 grand that you can get. This is like, and list them. List all the watches for 10 grand if you had 10 grand and you wanted to use that money to buy a watch. The Diamond Zenner or the Titan Diamond Zenner is not even in the top 1,000 of that list that you make. If I told you to come up with 1,000 watches at 10 around the 10 grand range, plus or minus, $1,000, and I told you to pick your top 1,000, this wouldn't be in it. I mean, I know it's cool materials, but does it really cost them that much to make this watch that they would have to charge that kind of money? Limited to 1,000 pieces, 100 pieces. Maybe it's like one of those things where, and I'm not a metallurgist. Is it one of those things like how Anordain, they make a certain amount of enamel dial watches, and then when they bake it in the oven or whatever they do, and it comes out like half of them are crap. Um, and that's why they're so hard to get or limited, and not limited editions, but limited production, and they cost so much. Is that the same thing that goes on here? Like I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know where the price point or how the price point is they come up with it. Um, Zin's announcements confuse me. Uh, yeah. So okay, that's the yeah. Okay. Moving along to the 6,000 anniversary third version, I guess, and the 6,099 anniversary. I think the question was before. Uh, what was the question before? Let me go back. Somebody brought it up. I apologize. Yeah, Symphony for the bezel. I'm not understanding the price differential between the 613 and the easy. Oh, and the 13.1. Not that I'm complaining, but it's like 600 bucks. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Um, I thought it was this one. Okay, we can go back to that Symphony. Um, yeah, so these Frankfurt um, anniversary models. I mean, they're nice. They're nice. They're supposed to be like their dressy chrono. I think like business, chrono finance. Yeah, the Frankfurt Financial District watches. Yeah, I think they're cool. I mean, like I just don't get them. 250 pieces, limited. Um, yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. Again, like close to like $5,000. That's a big ask. Um, these, like I would save a little more and get like a Portugueser, right? That's what this kind of like reminds me a little bit of because of the lack of the bezel kind. I mean, I know it's a kind of an apples and oranges comparison, but I just save more for a Portugueser if I want that dressy chrono look, because I feel like this is dressy chrono. I know it's on a steel bracelet, but I just feel like it's kind of a dressy here. Um, and you can get it on strap, of course. Limited to 250 pieces as well. Meh. Let's see here. And then this is the other one. I don't want to get into that one. Okay, so let's just go to watch buys, and let's go to the US price point. Let's go to these guys over here. Okay, so let's see. Okay. 2860 on the rubber, 3270. And then the differential, the 600 bucks differential is the UTC. So there you're getting upcharged 600 bucks on a UTC for this one. Nice bracelet. Wait, are you live? Yeah, I am live. Am I not live? Hey, Mizan, says UWC. Um, so these are the US price points on these ones. So let's again, I'm not interested in the 534 unless we have some ladies in the chat chime up. 5,800, right? So that's wow, that's crazy. 34, 3340, 3340, 3860, and then you got some bracelets here. It looks like they don't have the Frankfurt Financial District ones on the site just yet. Yeah, yeah. So there you have it. kind of disappointing. Usually there's something in there. I mean, look, I like the 613. I do like that aesthetically. Um, I wouldn't go with the UTC version. I don't think it's worth $600 just to go up to the UTC version. I like the 613 as is, just like I like the 13 EZM 13 as is. Um, I was watching. No, I eight. It's okay, Mason. Like, it's not like I've been consistent with these weekend reviews. I'm trying to add that second stream so we can talk about all the weekend review stuff that came out. So yeah, so again, just a little very disappointed with this end stuff. Um, this go around, and hopefully, they make it for it in the fall. Um, Give me another limited edition 103, and I think I'll be happy with that. Yeah. Well, hey, look, guys. Anyway, I'm gonna call it a night, and I really appreciate you guys joining me this weekend. No, Friday. No, it's not the weekend yet. We'll be back next week. Probably going on either Tuesday or Wednesday. Probably Wednesday, most likely. And then doing another weekend review. And then don't forget, I'm gonna be consistent with the giveaways. It's gonna be like the first week of the month, so not this week coming up, right? The week after, I'm gonna do a live giveaway. I got a cool watch to give away, and of course you have to be a member, a YouTube member of the. It's for all members only, just to cut down on the spam on the comments. Um, Three different tiers to join. There's a live stream only to be eligible for these giveaways, and there's one that you have access to the Discord. The other two, you have access to the Discord with the membership, as well as being able to participate with these giveaways. Mods, if you're there, thank you so much for keeping the chat safe. Not that anybody's gonna attack us or anything like that, but yeah, I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you. Have a great weekend. Stay warm if you're in a cold area. Stay refreshed if you're in a hot one. And I will see you guys next week. Take care.